A long time ago, in a land of soft hills and wide skies, lived a kind and faithful man named Abraham, his wife Sarah, and their promised son, Isaac. They lived in tents, surrounded by their flocks of sheep, gentle donkeys, and quiet camels. Near their tent lived a curious little sparrow named Simon, who loved to fly over the camp and listen to the family laugh and sing. His friend, Obed the owl, watched from an old tree, always keeping a wise and loving eye on the family. Simon loved to sing as Isaac played. "Isaac runs faster than the lambs," chirped Simon. Obed chuckled softly. "He's the son they waited so long for," he said. "God kept his promise." Abraham and Sarah loved Isaac with all their hearts. Sarah laughed every time Isaac gathered flowers for her or told silly stories. Abraham taught Isaac how to care for the animals and how to trust God. "God gave you to us, Isaac," Abraham often said. "You are our joy." At night, Abraham and Isaac sat under the stars. "Look at all the stars, Isaac," Abraham would say. "There are too many to count." Isaac smiled. "One day, your family will be as many as these stars," Abraham whispered. "God promised." Simon and Obed listened quietly in the tree. "Such a happy family," Simon chirped. Obed nodded. They waited many years for this joy. But one day, something surprising happened. God spoke to Abraham. "Abraham," God said. "Yes, Lord," Abraham answered. "Take your son, Isaac," God said gently, "and go to the mountain I will show you. Offer him there as a sacrifice." Abraham's heart felt heavy. His hands shook. Isaac was his only son, the one he had prayed for and loved so much. Simon watched from his perch. "Why would God ask for Isaac?" he whispered. Obed blinked slowly. "Sometimes we don't understand God's plans, but we can trust his love." That night, Abraham sat quietly by the fire. Sarah sat beside him, noticing his sadness. "Abraham, what's wrong?" Sarah asked softly. Abraham looked into the flames. "God has asked me to offer Isaac on the mountain." Sarah's eyes filled with tears. "But Isaac is our promise," she said. "He is the joy of our hearts." "I know," Abraham said gently, "but I trust God. Even if I don't understand, I know he is good." Sarah held Isaac close that night, whispering prayers for him as he slept peacefully. Simon perched near their tent and sang a soft song to comfort them. "God sees them," Obed murmured. "He will not leave them." The next morning, Abraham woke early. He saddled his donkey and quietly packed wood for the fire. Then he gently woke Isaac. "We are going to worship God on the mountain," Abraham said. Isaac smiled and held his father's hand. "I will help," he said. Simon flew above them as they walked, watching from the sky. "They are so brave," Simon said. Obed nodded. "They are trusting God with everything." For 3 days they traveled. Abraham was quiet, often looking to the sky. He prayed quietly in his heart, "Lord, I trust you. Help me be strong." Sarah stayed behind, praying for them every day, watching the horizon from her tent. On the 3rd day, Abraham saw the mountain ahead. He turned to his helpers and said, "Wait here. Isaac and I will go worship, and then we will return." He placed the wood for the offering on Isaac's back and took the fire and the knife in his hands. They climbed together. As they walked, Isaac asked, "Father, we have the wood and the fire, but where is the lamb for the offering?" Abraham's voice was gentle but steady. "God will provide, my son," he said. Simon perched on a branch near the mountaintop. "I hope so," he whispered. Obed blinked calmly. "God is always faithful," he replied. At the top, Abraham built an altar with stones. He placed the wood on top, then turned to Isaac. Abraham's hands were gentle as he helped Isaac onto the altar. Isaac looked up at his father, trusting him completely. Simon trembled. "Will God stop this?" he asked. Obed closed his eyes. "Wait and watch," he said softly. Abraham lifted his knife, but just then, a voice called from heaven. "Abraham, Abraham." "Yes, Lord," Abraham answered quickly. "Do not hurt the boy," God said kindly. "Now I know you trust me. You did not hold back your only son." Tears filled Abraham's eyes as he quickly helped Isaac down and hugged him close. "God sees us," Abraham whispered, "and he has provided." Simon flapped his wings with joy. "Look," he chirped. Caught in the bushes was a ram. Obed smiled. God provided a sacrifice. Abraham and Isaac offered the ram on the altar and gave thanks to God. "God is faithful," Abraham said. "He always keeps his promises." As they walked back down the mountain hand in hand, Isaac looked up at his father. "Father, I trust God too," Isaac said softly. Abraham smiled. "That's the most important thing," he replied. Back at the camp, Sarah ran to hug Isaac tightly. She laughed with relief and joy as Simon sang his happiest song. "You are safe," Sarah cried, "and God has shown us his love again," Abraham said. That night, under the twinkling stars, Abraham and Sarah told Isaac the story of God's promise again. "One day," Abraham said, "your family will be as many as these stars." Isaac smiled and looked at the sky. "And we will always trust God," he said. Simon snuggled in his nest, and Obed closed his wise eyes, knowing that Abraham's family would always remember God's love. The end.